Been a good 3 years now since I've started the channel. Still kicking, and still making videos. So, here's the 3 more. Hey, what's going on, geeks? Maxusthebeast is here, and welcome to my 3-year on YouTube special. Now, today we are doing the tried and true reacting to old videos. Clap that up, everybody. I know, it's original, but I do have to thank Sir Lord Epic Name for the suggestion, because I had hit a wall when it comes to ideas. So, instead of doing what we did before, and going like, when I did my, it wasn't 1 year, but my 30 Geek subscriber milestone video, we did my first ever video, and then just started jumping around at random videos. What I'm thinking about doing is doing some older videos, but not doing the first one since we already reacted to that. And yeah, we'll just go from there. Here we go. I found my second Happy Wheels video, which I spelled both Brittany and Spears incorrectly. Well, I spelled Spears correctly in the term of a weapon, but in terms of her name, yeah, I botched that. But without further ado, let's jump into it. Was the Happy Wheels series anything good? Is anyone gonna miss that? Let's see.
What's going on, geeks? Maxusthebeast is here, and welcome back to Happy Wheels. I know I need to put some more oomph into it, but I'm not really feeling up to it right now. So let's get into this. They made apparently some new episode. Some new things since the last time I did this, even though it wasn't that long ago. So let's try this one. This is different from the last one we did of this type, definitely. Last one there was like no goal, just infinite floating. And I'm just not gonna do it.
Oh my lord, first and foremost, my voice. Goodness gracious. It's so high-pitched. It doesn't even sound like I'm the same person. And second of all, the commentary. I'm talking like you know what's going on. Well, the last time I did this, did what? Fly in a fan in a circle for 30 seconds? I guess if you did watch episode 1 of Happy Wheels, maybe you would have gotten whatever joke I was trying to make with that. But since I haven't watched these in years, I have no clue what was going on. I didn't know if this was a new idea, if this was something we'd done before. I don't know. But I just can't get over the voice. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, a couple things. What what the heck is the background noise doing? It's like, it just sounds like there's a freaking hurricane going on back there. Secondly, speaking of background noise, we really got to really focus on that because there was no commentary for a good 45 seconds. It was just absolutely nothing. You could hear the keyboard mashing, and then when I eventually got my hands free and threw the bottle, I'm like, yeah. What the heck just happened? I'm sorry for anyone I subjected through that. Oh my lord, that's a bad video. Or a bad little segment. I guess it could have improved, because there's like a good, like, what, 20 minutes in this video? Oh lord, there's 20 minutes of this.
Whenever I do throws, they always pick up mounds. And also my spears. What the frick is going on? Throw mounds. Why do you lose your spears? I lost Britney Spears. Britney Spears, come back! Back here. Britney Spears, don't you dare. You're cheating on me again! Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. No, don't lose Britney Spears. Look at my hips, I'm like twerking. Forget Britney Spears, I'm like Miley Cyrus. Oh crap. There they go. Hey! PewDiePie doesn't play Happy Wheels. He doesn't play games anymore.
The frick did I just listen to? I'm making all these garbage pop references. Like freaking Miley Cyrus. Oh, I cringed so hard in the last like 2 minutes. I think my face is just gonna break. Gonna wake up tomorrow, my face is just just permanently shaped into the cringe face I just made. Oh my lord, that was bad. Oh, even the Dota characters agree with me on that. That was bad. That was really, really bad. Just, Britney Spears, you're cheating on me again. Just trying to make so many bad jokes, trying to be funny, and then going after PewDiePie for some reason. I don't get that. Was this supposed to be like a roast? PewDiePie doesn't play Happy Wheels. I think he used to, like ages ago, around the same time, maybe even before Jack did. I just don't remember it much. But oh my lord, what am I doing? What is that video? Is that the whole? I just rechecked the minute marker. There's 30 minutes in that video. I have no clue how I managed to just milk 31 minutes of Happy Wheels. Is it all that bad? Is it all that bad? Oh, surely it's not. Surely not.
Quiz of Spider-Man. I can do this. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. Contestant Spider-Man. What is the real name of Spider-Man? It's Batman. And don't you dare break. Frick, it's gonna break. I'm just bouncy. What? How'd that break my legs? And my arms too, apparently. Spider-Man. Spider-Man. This is a bomb? Ow. Can you not kill me every time I jump down a hole? Which in this game I'm obviously supposed to do. Frick. Why are the mines in there? Break that. Good. What is the movie Spider-Man direct? Frick. I think it's Chris Nolan. I'm gonna screw this up. Wrong.
Shame! Shame upon me and my household! How did I not know that it was the original Spider-Man trilogy was a Sam Raimi movie? And like, how did I not know that and claim to be a huge Spider-Man fan? Although I will say, on to my credit, yes, that level was poorly made and had 2.5 stars for a reason. No Happy Wheels level should have you lose your legs on a quiz level design like that. They should have planned accordingly for people jumping down large pits, so you wouldn't lose both your legs the second you landed. That just goes down to poor level design. But once again, it's just really cringy commentary. I think it's about time we leave this video behind, or else I'm just gonna lose my face or something. It's like a freaking acid pit or something. The longer I stay in it, the more skin I lose.
Hey, what's going on, geeks? My Maxusthebeast is here, and welcome to a game called Ravenfield. This is like Battlefield type thing, but that's beside the point. Today is episode number 2 of Story Time. Yes, story time. I know what you're thinking. You're just milking in and out. And I say, I would never do that. And this is the part where you guys say, You kinda already are.
"51 seconds in and nothing's happened. Just giving you a brief overview of Ravenfield, which is improving actually. It's a good game. You should try it. But brief overview of Ravenfield. Then I don't know what just happened. trying to make a joke about milking story time, and it was just really bad. First like 51 seconds, just nothing's happened, missing every single shot I'm firing, and commentary is just all over the place. Honest to goodness, at the time I was surprised why I wasn't gaining subscribers, because for like the first like several months I had like 2. I had like 0 until going on like December, and then around December I got like 2. It took ages to get out of the pit of 0 subscribers, and it felt weird. I'm like, why don't I have more subscribers? Well, partially because of stuff like that. Oh my gravy. And I call that story time. Man, how far we've come with that.
It's been a major letdown to people who were really hyped for it. But then again, there's people like Elite Shot who say that they'll love any Call of Duty game that comes out, which seems to be kind of true. Like, he seems to be one of the only people at this stage showing Infinite Warfare a lot of support. Other than, of course, the developers. The developers think that anything they put out is good.
Okay, so first of all, it took me ages to figure out what I was even going on about. Because I watched from the point where we left off, and I didn't say anything about Infinite Warfare. We just kind of jumped right into it. If I did, maybe I didn't hear it. Or the vomiting noises I'm making over there kind of muted me out or something like that. I don't know. But it was just a strange transition from whatever the frick I was going on about earlier to suddenly Infinite Warfare. And once again, using names of YouTubers that don't need to be throwing shade at, even though I wasn't really throwing shade at Elite Shot. But that was just weird. That was more weird than anything. It was a strange transition. Made no sense at all. I had no clue what I was going on about until I said something about liking Infinite Warfare again. And then after saying something about the developers, it was like this weird noise. It sounded like I'm a freaking dying cat or something, like puking up a hairball. I have no clue what that was. And honestly, I'm pretty much positive I don't want to know what that was. It sounded weird, and I don't like it. We're just gonna move on from that. That was kind of gross. And again, back in those good old days, I didn't edit whatsoever, so I didn't cut out the weird noises in post because there was no post. It was just, oh, I made the video. Okay, time to throw it out there and see how it does. Gonna gain 1 million subscribers off of.
Wait, I'm gonna try that. That's right, I don't have that. But wait. Boosh.
Hey, cutting in here for a second. Sorry about the play button. What is going on here? What is the point of this? Was this supposed to be like a rant on Infinite Warfare or something? But I just continuously got distracted. I mean, I know the old formula of videos that I would do, like the first Storytime episode, was, I mean, the first 3 were all like live gameplay. I was playing the game while talking, and you can see how distracted I got. You know, every 2 seconds it's like, oh, look at this guy, I'm just going to hit him with a rocket launcher. Kaboom! It's like I would transition back into the weird Let's Play formula or format of communication every 2 seconds. It was weird. And you could see that it did not work very well. I wasn't paying attention to what I was saying. I was just all over the place. Just kind of lose all knowledge of where I was in my mind and just go off and like, oh, cool, boom, boom, give me a second. It did like a good minute or two of silence and then just go back into, so I'll buy it for Modern Warfare Remastered or something. Just some pointless comment. Doesn't add anything to what I was trying to communicate earlier and doesn't start anything new or creative. And this isn't really a story. I think story time back in those days was more of a news show than anything. It was a Maxusthebeast on the internet without the actual, content. And without doing any actual, research. Because the only research I guess I've done for Infinite Warfare was watched a couple of Elite Shots videos gameplay videos around the time. And then I read an article in Game Informer about Infinite Warfare. And that's all the research I did on it, and I didn't take anything away from either. Just other than the fact that Elite Shot was a fan of it, and that the article, of course, because they're getting paid to write positively, they wrote positively. I don't know what's going on. There was no research, so this shouldn't be even qualified as anything close to Maxusthebeast on the internet. Because I hope that series has a bit more, quality to it. But with this, it's just nonsensical. My points don't make sense, if there are any points. I'm just kind of all over the place. I'm sorry.
Load it faster. We got an all. Shut up, person. Oh my gosh, just frickin' stop. I know you can't hear the messages, but they're happening, and stop.
Am I just yelling at voices in my head at this point? So there was like a message or something, and instead of doing like something a reasonable person would do and mute the person, or just go offline on Steam or whatever client was messaging me on, oh my lord, I just decided I'm just going to start talking to you like you can actually hear me. Just like, oh, shut up. Stop. I mean, I know you can't hear the messages, but they're happening and they're annoying me. Well, then go offline on Steam so they'll stop messaging you on Steam, maybe. If it's Discord, then go offline on Discord. Or, close the app. I mean, I think it was on my phone I could maybe hear it, because at the time I remember my old setup, my phone was like literally 2 inches away from my laptop. So if the phone went off, I'd hear it. You'd be able to hear it in the video. I don't know what kind of messages I'm receiving, but apparently it was bad enough to make me call it out. And once again, even before I jumped into the whole voices in my head thing, I was going on about gameplay commentary, just going off on, jumping back onto, we gotta reload the gun faster, because I'm playing a video game. When I don't know what point I was on at that point, whether I'm still talking about Infinite Warfare, or if I did one of my famous nonsensical transitions onto something else. I don't know, and I'm very confused. But whatever point I was trying to make is gone now because it was instantly transferred over to whatever the frick I was going on about. Reload the gun. Stop messaging me. I think we've had our fun with this video. Let's just go into some more recent videos and see how things have changed from the ancient history. Maybe even something from 2018. Yeah, let's go over to 2018, see how things changed from 2016. My thoughts on some of these popular YouTube controversies, including the whole PewDiePie thing that happened a few months ago, and now the whole Logan Paul mess. And you know, since I'm a small channel, I typically try to keep my head out of this kind of stuff as far as talking about it on YouTube goes. But since beforehand, the controversies I talked about with friends in the past have been, you know, PewDiePie, the whole N-word thing, and more on that later. And then there was some stuff going on with Jake Paul and the way he treats women. And those were kind of the big things. Until this year, Logan Paul comes around and decides to go, hey, let's make the internet and the news hate me. And make it so that dozens of these channels are going to come out of the closet and start attacking me. Yep, Logan Paul, you are a genius. Alright. So, me being my horrible attempt at being sarcastic aside, we're going to go ahead and jump right into things here. Okay, so first of all, pleasant change from 2016. I'm actually sticking to topic and covering something relevant. This is the first change from the constant flow of gameplay videos onto a more commentary-focused video talking about things going on in the world, which I can definitely get behind. And my introduction made sense for once. While there was a lot of filler, which could have been cut out or just avoided in general, it wasn't to the point where the viewer would immediately lose interest. After all, I did say some pretty big names, and say some bitty, some pretty big things about them. So, at this point, the viewer should be thinking about what this person has done. And it's definitely a great way to get somebody interested. Great job, me. We're getting somewhere. So, during a very intense battle, or intense game of PUBG, on a live stream, PewDiePie was in a situation where he was in an intense firefight, and the guy who he was attacking just would not die. Like, the guy was taking shot after shot after shot from an M4, and he just wasn't going down at all. And this was starting to irritate PewDiePie. And then the guy's friend starts shooting at him, gets PewDiePie mad, and first things out of his mouth is, "You effing N-word." Well, chat started going berserk after that, and he caught himself and said, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Then he said, "What an effing a-hole." Still, in my book, not much better, but, I mean, at least it's a word that more people accept. But, in the days following, in mere hours following, people got very salty about the whole situation. Well, I do have a couple problems with what I just said there. I did a decent recap of the situation, but first of all, the word choice there would not be salty. It'd be more angry, disappointed, outraged, something along the lines of that. And then secondly, more importantly, ranking the A word with the N word they're not comparable. One's a cuss word, the other is a racial slur, which is another level of no. Look, while I personally don't swear and didn't swear, it doesn't mean that words that I don't use or don't like are comparable with words that have a more personal meaning, if you know what I mean. Because it's a different ball game when it comes to comparing something like the A word to a racial slur. Two different ball games, two different words, both of which are uncomparable, and yeah. And again, I'm not a fan of either. Personally, I don't. If someone says the A word or something like that around me, honestly, I don't mind. But I don't personally use those words. But I shouldn't have compared something like the A word to a racial slur. That's my bad. And also, meh word choice, but whatever. Moving on. Just gonna go ahead and give a disclaimer right now. This is more of a sensitive subject to those whose family who may have family or friends who have been depressed to the point where they decided to take their own life. So, be prepared if you are sensitive to that and or don't want to hear about this topic to begin with. I recommend stopping watching here and jumping back into my thoughts in a bit. With that being said, if you are still around, let's get into this. So a popular Viner, Logan Paul, who has about 15 million subscribers, made a vlog recently. Last week, actually. In the vlog, Logan Paul during his trip to Japan, ventures into the famous Suicide Forest, which is off about, I forget the exact directioning, but it is very close to Mount Fuji. And as the name suggests, it is a place where many people go to take their life. And it is a serene, isolated place, and kind of sacred, too, because, I mean, people have died there. But people, of course, alright, so I let that one play out a little bit longer. But, first of all, I like how I gave the disclaimer. It is a very sensitive topic, and suicide and things along the line of that, self-harm, depression, are some very, very sensitive topics. And I feel like I handled it pretty well, especially by providing those who may be sensitive to it a disclaimer saying, hey, this is coming up. If you are sensitive to this or just don't want to hear about it in general, please skip ahead. Maybe I should have provided like a minute marker or said, oh, in the description below there will be a link or a timestamp to that you can skip to when I finish telling the story. So that way anybody who doesn't want to listen to this would be able to jump ahead. But again, at least I provided a disclaimer instead of jumping right into it. Because, I mean, I guess that I technically didn't have to. I didn't have to provide the disclaimer, but I'm glad I did because it showed a level of caring about the situation and a level of understanding how serious it was. I mean, I did use some words that didn't exist. Directioning. Is that a word? I don't think so. And there was a good amount of filler, especially towards the end of that clip. Just kind of went into like a type of a thing. And that was kind of weird and awkward. Could have been worse though. I know I eventually got to the point, and I think I did a pretty good job explaining it. But I remember I legitimately got mad towards the end of the video. I legitimately got mad at what was going on. For good reason, though. Because Logan Paul did some really screwed up stuff there. Well, it's kind of interesting how a lot of stuff I've done over the years has taken me back to Japan. Just side note. But it's... I feel like I did a pretty decent job on that video as a whole. I covered some pretty big topics, and I did a good job with... I feel like I did a good job with PewDiePie explanation for the most part, and I feel like I did a better job with the Logan Paul situation. All in all, I think it's just the start of the change in my commentary style from just gameplay oriented to more what you would call a regular commentary, I guess. Anyway, on to a different video. Guys! It's the first Maxusthebeast on the internet video! Let's see how it's changed. We are starting Maxusthebeast on the internet. This is the first edition of a hit new show where Maxusthebeast goes around the internet and reads articles, watches clips of videos and such, and talks about current events, and shines some light on modern day issues around the internet, either gaming, the internet in general, maybe politics, hopefully not that. God forbid that. With that being said, and without further ado, let's do.
Mark, get set. We're riding
On the internet, cyberspace set free, hello virtual reality. Interactive appetite, searching for a website. Went into the world now to get online. Take a spin, now you're in with the techno set. You're going surfing on the internet. Today's article talks about a mother defending a 14-year-old son sued by Epic over Fortnite cheat video. I will have a link in the description to the article. Last month, Epic Games filed civil complaints against two alleged Fortnite cheaters. The pair were accused of being associated with the cheat provider Addicted Cheat. Alright, first things first, I'm sorry for jumping into the intro there. I just got excited! It's the first episode of Maxusthebeast on the internet. The classic hit news show where Maxusthebeast goes around the internet, reviewing articles, watching clips of videos, and talking about things around the internet, current events, and they in the news. Gracious forbid the news. Sorry, politics. I can't paraphrase well. Oh my goodness. I feel like I did a really timely subject for that, though. Doing the whole Fortnite cheat thing. Oh my gravy. I'm kind of giddy right now. I feel like Maxusthebeast on the internet was the start of the oh my lord, the Maxusthebeast on the Maxusthebeast Renaissance, if you will. Excuse that horrible French accent. I think I'm starting to revert into 2016 me. But I feel like it was a start of a change for the better. Yeah, I did a lot of commentary videos and then I took like a friggin' summer off. But oh my gravy. Maxusthebeast on the internet was such a fun thing to do. And it still is. I'm looking forward to doing another episode soon. But it's just nice to just cover stuff and just give my thoughts on various topics in a more structured format than the my thoughts on whatever and then the random video I did talking about PewDiePie and Logan Paul that we covered earlier. You know, covering articles and going over big name stuff like the Fortnite cheat scandal. You know, it felt good to get my voice out there and then to take an article into context and read over it and then summarize it while providing my thoughts at the same time. I feel like it was a great idea. And I always wanted to do a news show, so I guess I got my wish after all. With Maxusthebeast on the internet. And it's by far one of the things I'm most proud of. Honestly, out of all the series I've done on the channel, I think Maxusthebeast on the internet is my pride and joy. That and story time, I love both of those to death. It's fun doing both. I also like doing the worst games on the Steam, believe it or not. I get kind of frustrated with some of them, but it's still kind of fun to do. Although it's kind of controversial with a certain one I made talking about a Tabs ripoff. Almost 300 views and like 7 dislikes. 9 likes though, so still in the positive on that one. But I think we've covered enough videos for today. Let's talk about our future. Our future's looking bright, guys. We're at 64 subscribers, making our way to 70. It'd be kind of cool if by a year's end we're at 70. That'd be really nice. But what am I going to do differently? I mean, of course, I've changed since the... Oh, we were going to Britney Spears. Pop culture references. Stage of my channel, but... I mean, obviously I'm going to change here in the next year or two. I mean, I could change drastically in the next few months. Time flies. But before I continue on with the future, I just want to say thanks, guys, for all your support. It's been an amazing 3 years. We've covered a lot of ground. We've done a lot of things. We've talked a lot about a lot of issues. Played a lot of games. It's been fun. But I'm looking forward to another few years. You know, maybe someday I'll make a career out of this. You never know. But we've done a lot, guys. We really have. But where are we going to go now? I mean, obviously it's not game over. I'm not quitting after 3 years. We still have a lot of ground to make. A lot of geeks to recruit. And a lot of, well, a lot of subjects to explore on the internet. And a lot more funny moments to be had. So what am I going to do differently? Well, as far as new series goes, well, I can't really give too much detail on that without spoilers. And I don't like spoilers. So new series is going to be a surprise. But for existing series, I'd like to do more of the worst games on Steam, Maxusthebeast on the internet faux show. And I'd like to start doing some more quick ramblings because that is my more, you know, I guess off-the-cuff type rambling on whatever I'm thinking about. So instead of doing like Maxusthebeast on the internet where I do a lot of research on topics and then just instantly jump into thoughts afterwards, with this one it's just going to jump into pure opinion. Pure thoughts. I'd like to do more of that on just some random games. Also like to do some more out-of-the-blue reviews. I haven't done one of those in a while, and I feel really bad about it, because there have been a couple games that I do want to review. So we'll get to that soon. I'd like to get another Maxusthebeast on the internet out soon, as well as another Out of the Blue reviews. Just gotta find some games that come out recently. I'm excited about our future though, guys. We have a lot of ground to cover, but hey, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. And thus far, it's been a good one, guys. So cheers for 3 years, and here's for 3 more. As always, Maxusthebeast is out.